Instead, the country I grew up in, at least, was like, yeah, you're black, but it doesn't matter. It's not the most important thing. Instead, it's, are you a good person? How do you act? How do you treat other people? Are you a Christian? Like, what is your worldview? I want to get back to that. Of course, we're still going to see differences, but I want to de-emphasize them to a place where we look at each other as fellow human beings and fellow American citizens. I'm not trying to single out a single sin, but when asked or presented, what does my faith teach about this particular behavior, I'm going to give you a morally clear answer.
So what faith do you practice then? Because you say Christianity. Do you have a specific sect?
It's like evangelical, basically.
This is over then.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, guys, we're back again with a new video. Today, we're going to check out Charlie, Kirk, and Arrogant Students. This is going to be amazing. This is Charlie Kirk this monthly. I take 3 Arrogant Students during this video. This is like, is it part 4, I'll call it? This is going to be really amazing to watch. I love you guys check it out with me. I call him Charlie Kick. I call he love kicking us. Let's get right into today's video, guys.
On the mic. Oh, mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right, cool. Make sure everybody can hear me. What's going on, man? Doing all right. Welcome to Knoxville. I'm up here for one purpose. My buddy is a friend of yours. He lives up in White Pine, and he wants me to have this discussion with you because me and him had this discussion this weekend. What are your thoughts about reparations for Black people specifically, and like Black Americans specifically? What is your
Very much against.
Very much against. Can I ask why?
Well, first and foremost, I don't believe that we should ever pay monetary damages to people where nothing bad happened to them, just because they are related to a group of people where something bad happened to them.
Okay. So
because it separates the idea. Let me just finish, and then I'll throw it back to you.
Absolutely.
Our justice system, when properly understood, is about individuals receiving justice, not tribes or groups receiving justice.
Also, I want to state that just because I am a Black man, I do not speak for all Black people. So I'm just this.
I like this guy. You should give it up for him.
Just want to state that for the record. I'm speaking for myself. All right. So definitely hear you on that. And even for me, when it comes to reparations, for me personally, I don't believe that it should be a check. I think that reparations can look like many different things, whether it's like investment in institutions, more like better schools, hospitals, all that kind of stuff. So my question to you is like, so since you are against reparations, would you say that we should be would you be for outlawing inherited wealth? Does that make sense?
Well, I'm not for outlawing that. And those are two different things.
Can I explain my point though? All right. So my point to that is that so what I hear for the argument against reparations is that Black people today, obviously we weren't there, forced slavery, segregation, all of that kind of stuff. So we've done nothing to deserve that, because all the people who should have gotten it, actually not even probably, who should have gotten it, are either long gone or whatever. Now there's still some who are still with us today, but that's a conversation for another day. But my point is that inheritance and inherited wealth is something that the great grandfather, whatever, is passed down. Homeboy who is here today did nothing to deserve that multi-billion-dollar business, but he gets it because of his bloodline. Correct? Is that how it?
Yeah,
that's
how
inheritance works, right?
Yeah, no, like Bronny James is going to get $1 billion.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. Great example. So what I'm saying is that I guess what I'm trying to say is that I believe that reparations in and of itself, one, I don't think that the argument is formed right, and two, I believe that it's kind of a reverse inheritance, if that makes sense, where it's like where it's like yes, Black people, like me personally, yes, I did not have to suffer through Jim Crow, slavery, or whatever, but all those choices that were made in those times have gotten necessarily me to where I'm at now.
Got it. So let me tell you where we have a difference of opinion.
Okay, absolutely.
So we as conservatives tend to underemphasize this idea of many legacies of suffering. Whereas people on the left, not saying you're on the left, but the other perspective.
Definitely not.
No, for sure. But that's fine. No, that's fine. Let's just say the other side of the argument tend to emphasize that you are stuck because of something that happened to you many generations prior. We believe, absent very unique circumstances in the United States of America, that is almost never true. For example, we think every individual should be judged by their own actions, their own character, and their agency. Now, let's play this out, though. You're acting as if, not you, but let's say the argument, because you're coming after this in a great way, there's been no money sent Black America the last 60 years. We have spent over $25 trillion on Black America in 60 years, and Black America's poorer than before we started. We're talking about Medicaid, food stamps. We're talking about schools, public housing. The issue is not the amount of money. The issue has instead been a couple things. Number one, it's been the downfall of the Black family.
True.
And unfortunately,
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, the more money we've spent on this, we've seen the downfall of the black family. Just some numbers super quick. Is that in 1964, right before the passage of the Civil Rights Act, 75% of black youth had a dad around. Now it's 25%. So only 25%. So 1 in 4 kids have a dad around. Black dads are no longer a big part of young kids' life. It's a very big problem that has huge ramifications. Then finally on the reparations argument, that comes into just more like concrete questions. Where do you draw the line? Who defines it? And also, why would you tax, for example, somebody like me? My ancestors fought on the Union side of the Civil War. So I got to go pay more money, even though my ancestors did the right thing. No offense if you guys fought for the Confederacy. That's not trying to, drum up any, it's all good. We're all Americans now. I'm not. Why should I have to then go pay for something that my ancestors did correctly? Finally, it's like, how do you prove it? Prove it. Like this is not your argument, but it's a hilarious contradiction. The very same people who tell you that voter ID is racist want all of a sudden black America to prove that they're the descendants of slaves 7 generations ago. Like, let me go get my paperwork together. I thought it's racist to ask people for their paperwork. Anyway, the whole thing's crazy. But here's the more important thing that I think we can agree on. That we should have a opportunity colorblind compact. We need to have school choice in this country so kids can go to better schools and have more mobility.
Sure.
Number 2, reconstitute the black family. And finally, this is one that you might agree on because you're not a liberal, is that we need to no longer import foreigners that are going to undercut the wages of workers of all races, especially black Americans.
I agree.
And so what we've done is we imported Nicaraguans and Guatemalans to come take low-wage labor, and we didn't want to pay our own Americans those jobs. So final thoughts on those points.
Also, great points. I would say that I am with you for the idea of a colorblind society. I think that it's a bit of a farce to say that colorblind society is something we should aspire to, but I think it's a farce to think that it doesn't exist, that race doesn't play a factor.
I totally agree.
Okay, and so
I will say it plays far less of a factor 10 years ago. It's playing more of a factor today.
Yes, I agree.
In a negative way.
Yes, I 100%. I mean, I think you had mentioned something about DEI like earlier, and I was like, for sure, like the way I agree with DEI in principle, but I think the way it's been instituted by our government and all the other institutions is completely wrong. So, because for me, it's not about seeing color; it's how you treat color. Does that make sense?
Everyone's going to see color. And
Yeah, exactly,
you're right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's an ideal that is admirable, being colorblind.
Right.
The problem with what we were promised with the Civil Rights Act, we were promised a colorblind society. We now have a color-obsessed society.
True.
And
I agree.
it's a breakdown of that promise. Instead, the country I grew up in, at least, was like, yeah, you're black, but it doesn't matter. It's not the most important thing. Instead,
Thank you.
are you a good person? How do you
Right.
act? How do you treat other people? Are you a Christian? Like, what is your worldview? I want to get back to that. Of course, we're still going to see differences,
Right.
but I want to de-emphasize them to a place where we look at each other as fellow human beings and fellow American
fellow
citizens.
Americans, I agree.
Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely not.
Appreciate it. Thank
Hey,
you.
one more. Hey, can I get a hat from my
Absolutely,
buddy?
yeah.
Can I get a hat from my buddy? Appreciate it.
I'll get you too, right? Thank you, man.
Can I shake your hand, man? Appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, guys.
I will wait.
Thank you.
Shush, 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 shush. I'll wait. I'll wait.
What?
If you want me to talk, you're gonna have to be quiet for a little bit. Shush, shush, shush. Quiet coyote. Quiet coyote. That's for you.
Disrespectful.
You know what? I can wait here for the quiet crowd to quiet down. Y'all wanted to hear me.
Let it.
Y'all wanted to hear
Let it
me.
rip.
Come on.
Let's hear it.
All right. Hello there. So, with me I have a sign here. True Christians love everyone. Would you say you believe in this sign?
Yes, but define love.
Find love? It's a respect. You respect someone enough to not judge them, to not hate them for what they're doing, no matter what it is.
Do you lie to people you love?
Do I lie to people I love? Not often enough. And I don't lie about
Should we,
that.
in the ideal, when you love somebody, should you lie to them?
Depends on the lie. So, let me give an example here. Say, do you have a sibling? Say you have a sibling and they have a dress on and it is just ugly, the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Are you going to tell them that dress is ugly. You need to change it, you horrible person.
Yes. In fact, I'll do it in a way that is filled with love, but I love my sister so much that if she's going to leave the house and be made fun of, I won't let her do that, because that's what love is all about.
True, correcting people we love.
You see, love
But
is
are you
not...
going to make her feel ugly saying that?
Well, no, in fact...
How would you say it to make them not
I would
feel
say,
ugly?
I would say, listen, I care a lot about you. I think that maybe you should change that outfit, or let's see what other outfits
What
you
if
might
she's
have.
like, no, I spent a lot on this. I'm really proud. I think this looks great. Are you going to say that what she thinks look great doesn't look great to you?
I would say, look, you can obviously wear whatever you want, but I want to caution you that if you wear that dress out in public, it might not be received the way you think it would be received. I would be remiss not to say that if I actually loved my sister.
True.
I'd be remiss, because love is not affirmation. Love is not confirmation. Love is making sure that you care so much about the other that you're willing to challenge and point out flaws when you see them and have the courage to articulate it. That's what love is.
True.
As embodied by Christ our Lord. Because you have true love right there. And
What? I can't have my hand in my pocket.
so true love is truth, spoken in love.
So would you say then that believing that homosexuality is a behavior then, you consider it a loving behavior to tell a homosexual that they're just wrong with what they
That's
believe?
not my opinion. It's what the scriptures teach. You have a cross in front of you, so I will talk to you on scriptural basis. The Bible says very clearly that the behavior of homosexuality is a sin. I don't make those rules. I didn't design that. I'm simply telling you what the scriptures say explicitly.
But they also say to love your enemy.
Yes, how do you love somebody, though? You love somebody by telling them the truth. You see, you are conflating love with acceptance. They are two completely different things.
So do you think we don't have an accepting God then?
We have an incredibly accepting, judgmental God that gave us an intermediary, his son. That
So
if
then
we,
is it your job to judge people?
well, hold on. To not judge is a
It's
very,
a yes
very.
or no question. Do you judge? Is
No.
it your job to judge people? Yes or no?
We absolutely should judge people, but not. We should not eternally judge them. That's God's job. That's what that scripture is talking about.
when you
but
have
to-
you damned someone to hell? Have you considered somebody who is
I
something
don't
different
have the
from you
power
as
to do
someone-
that.
But
nor-
have you considered it? Have you thought in your mind that someone who is homosexual is going to go to hell?
I
And
actually,
that's a
I've
question
never,
for
even,
everybody
I've never
here.
even said that. In fact, if
I
someone,
didn't say did you think it. I didn't say did you say it. I said did you think it.
even if I thought that, I'm not trying to single out a single sin, but when asked or presented, what does my faith teach about this particular behavior, I'm going to give you a morally clear answer.
True.
So what faith do you practice then? Because you say Christianity. Do you have a specific sect?
It's like evangelical, basically.
This is over then.
What?
Where
Damn.
did Bob Ross go?
Damn.
I hope he accepts Jesus in his heart.
I hope so too.
So why do you care so much about other individuals living their lives? What is affecting you? Do you have something up your ass or something?
Well, I could throw that right back at you. Why do you care so much about what I have to say?
Because you're affecting other people's rights. You're taking away people's choices. You are hurting people. Read the Constitution.
What rights am I taking away exactly?
You're trying to take away gender-affirming care for individuals. You are affecting abortion rights. You are hurting people.
Got it. So what is a woman?
What is a woman? It's what people identify as. Is a gender. Sex is different. Sex is different from gender.
So can anyone be a woman?
Yes.
At what point do you know you're looking at a woman?
Doesn't matter when you are looking at a woman. You don't have to look at a woman and immediately tell. Can you tell looking at a baby what gender they are without looking at their privates? Tell me that.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, what about that baby is different?
But hold on. By the time they're 6 months old, you can actually tell a young boy tends to gravitate more towards balls and remotes.
That's
and
because
towards,
of gender affirming. That is convincing individuals at a young age. You are socializing, putting them in situations where they want certain different things. Let's look at... Thank you. So, let's say you were a little kid and your parents taught you to like pink. Let's actually look back in time. Pink actually used to be a male color instead of blue.
In what world?
Actually, in the 1920s.
So you say that I'm here to take people's rights away.
Yes!
That is your main contention.
Yes, because
Right.
you are affecting the LGBT. You are affecting women's rights. If I was pregnant, oh wait, let's go back to this. Abortion is anything. If I had a cyst on my uterus, that would be considered an abortion.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No,
is.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is. Look at
That-
okay. Anything that is evolving the uterus.
Well, no. In order for it to be an abortion, it must
True.
be a human life.
No. Anything that is
yes.
evolving the uterus and you have to get rid of it, it is considered abortion.
No, that's
Yes,
not how
it is.
that's not how it works. So again, you say I'm here to take rights away.
Yes.
Do you agree life is a right?
I feel like if it's a clump of cells, then it's not alive.
No. But let's go back. Do you think every human being has a right to life?
Depending on how many weeks, but let's.
So wait,
get-
hold on. Who's
No,
trying to take
no.
rights away? I want to protect the rights of all human beings. You call them a clump of cells. Who's trying to take rights away? Exactly.
So when is it a human being in your mind? When is it a human being
At-
in your mind?
You chose to have
Well,
sex.
it's not even on my mind. Human development objectively begins at conception.
At conception. So even if I had a miscarriage, what are you going to say about that?
It's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy?
Yes.
Okay, then let's talk about, like, what if it's affecting the woman or anybody who is pregnant in this situation? What if they're gonna die and they have to get an abortion? That's the only way they're gonna live. Are they going to be f***ed over?
Well, hold on. Just so we're clear, that's only a couple thousand cases a year.
No.
And so, yes, it is.
Have you seen
But-
how many individuals have already
You let-
died
but-
because they haven't been
but
able to get abortion care?
Abortion in the life of the mother can be put aside as something that needs to be considered. However, it's not always necessary. But let's talk about the main thing, because there's over 1.5 million abortions every single year that don't involve rape, incest, or life of the mother.
Yeah,
1.5 million.
yes,
But let's just ask you a very simple question.
They all chose to have sex.
When does human life begin?
When does human life, in my personal opinion, is going to start around the second trimester, a little more farther along. But let's get to this. Most individuals that are having abortions are going to be mothers that cannot afford it. They usually have already 2 to 3 kids, and a lot of time.
Choose to have sex.
So it's acceptable to be able to murder your young if all of a sudden you don't have the money to support them. That you can murder your offspring if you're poor.
So in the first couple weeks, even though it's still not fully developed, doesn't even have a heartbeat, doesn't even have brain
Development
activity.
does not equal dignity. A human being is a human being regardless of the process
True.
of development that it is in. Period. And so who's trying to take rights away? I actually want more human beings to
Then
be
why
born.
are you affecting LGBT?
Well, hold on. We're talking. Let me finish on abortion. I want more human lives, which, by the way, hilariously, would be more women would be born, because the right to life is paramount. You're trying to take rights away because you're okay with the massacring of little humans. Back to LGBT.
It's been
So-
going throughout history, though. Abortion has been a big thing for
yeah.
a long time, and it affects
Yeah,
people,
so-
and it hurts people.
So has murder and slavery and child sacrifice. There's
that
been
is completely different.
no. It is
You
murder.
are saying slavery is to abortion?
Okay, so
Oh, you're
let me ask you a question then. Define what is murder.
What is murder? Are you going to be talking about first-degree murder, like homicide, like going and
Sure.
having the intent to kill?
Kill a person.
Having the intent to kill somebody, but I'm
hold on.
just saying
So
a
a
clump
human
of
being,
cells
right?
is but a clump of cells
Well,
is different.
hold on, time out. If it's a clump of cells, what species is it?
What species is
Yes.
it?
What species?
It depends.
No,
Whatever's going to be pregnant, whatever you're
No,
trying
species.
to abort.
Is it a Homo sapien, a crocodile, or a raccoon? Which one is it? What
We're Homo
species is it?
sapiens in
Oh,
this
wait.
sense,
So
I'm
if it's a
hoping.
human clump of cells, then it's a human life deserving of human rights. And the first right is life. And so you could call it a clump of cells, which is dehumanizing language, but I'll go back to this. Ironically, you're the one that is actually intruding on human rights. We're the one protecting human rights.
But you're
which
trying
again,
to get rid of the option so people can have rights to their own body.
Hold
if
on,
someone does
time
not want to
out.
have a child, they should not be forced to.
If the-
Oh, wait. If we're going to be doing this, then what are you going to do about the children in the systems that have been being assaulted, that are being hurted? Put more money into the system so people can actually get adopted, or actually other things like that.
Okay, again, none of that is relevant.
No,
to
because
the,
you want more
no,
babies to be born. What about people that can't
Again,
afford them?
how
They have
many-
to go into systems.
How how many people are on the adoption waiting list?
Yeah, want to know how many kids actually get adopted?
2
How many
million
kids
people-
that go
2
into
million
systems
people
or are being
are on the
fostered,
adoption
that get
waiting
assaulted,
list.
that get hurt? Are you going to be helping those
Two-
children that get
well,
f***ed over by
okay.
this system?
So there are 2 million people on the adoption waiting list. There are 1 million abortions every year. There are
Okay.
twice as many people that want to adopt than discarded children every single year. Now I have to go back to a fundamental question though,
Okay.
which I think is very important. Human development objectively begins at conception. You say it's around 2 trimesters. Can we agree that every human being, once your DNA is formed, you should have the right to life, the right to live the life the way you want to live it? Can we agree on that?
How many weeks are we saying?
No, I say again. Once we
So
can
like
acknowledge.
once the sperm is inside the egg?
Correct. Yeah. 'cause-
No.
Well,
Once the sperm
okay.
is inside the egg in the first like couple of days? No.
Well, okay, but let's go through that. Isn't that when your DNA was formed?
Yeah.
But then, aren't you fundamentally at its core? You are the DNA is your blueprint for your life. That's who you are. It's a unique marker.
It's my DNA, yeah.
Yes. So if it's not your DNA, why is it your choice?
Why is it my choice?
Yes. If it's not your DNA, why do you have a choice to eliminate it? I don't
It's
have.
up to the individual that is having them inside of it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
their
So-
body, I don't care if it is like a few weeks because that is not a human
Got it.
being's
So
life yet. Because
outside
that,
of rape-
that
let-
individual
let's
cannot
go-
survive
got it.
without the mother or who
Oh,
is
okay.
ever
Well,
pregnant.
let's-
Therefore,
Again, so let's get down to this because I think it's very important and a good way to end this question, which is outside of rape, how did the woman get pregnant?
outside of rape, so we're not going to be talking about
Well,
incest or other individuals like
rape
that.
and-
Because incest
again.
is not only just
So,
rape
hold
or
on.
other situations.
How about I
or
say?
let's talk
how
about
about if
how
I
like eggs
say?
that get mixed up in
How about
clinics.
if I
How
say?
about that?
How about if I say I'm okay with abortion for rape, incest, and life of the mother? Let's make it illegal in the other circumstances. Would you
How
agree?
are we going to be able to term that all the time, though? Because what
well,
if it wasn't consensual? What if the
First of
individual
all-
was drunk,
first of all,
but they're
You
married?
can report
Let's say
rape
they're
as a
married
crime.
and they got
You
raped.
can get a rape. Again, you keep on interrupting me, but you
I
can
am.
report rape as a crime. You can also do a blood test to find out if it's incest. But 99.9% of all abortions are not rape and not incest and not life of the mother. How did that woman get pregnant in those certain situations? Did she just walk through campus and it just appeared and all of a sudden a baby is in her uterus? Or did she do something to decide to potentially have a child?
Sex, but
Oh,
also
okay.
contraceptives sometimes don't always
Got
work.
it. So, but hold on a second. Shouldn't you take responsibility for your orgasms?
I don't think most men can make me come. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
again, outside of that statement, I'm not even sure how to take that, to be honest.
You brought up orgasms.
Okay. Shouldn't you take responsibility for the sex that you have?
I mean, if I was wanting to have a child and my contraceptives, I didn't use any contraceptives, and I wanted to get pregnant, sure, I'm taking responsibility for that life because I wanted that life. But let's say I was having sex and my contraceptives didn't work, and I got the chance of getting pregnant. I am not having that child.
You still have sex.
So, but you still decided to have sex.
Yeah.
And again,
No, it
our,
doesn't
our
get pregnant.
opinion, when you
So,
go and
okay.
decide, having sex is not something you need to survive. It's not like showering or eating or shelter. You can live without having sex. You can have a little bit of self-control. If you decide to go have sex, you should understand you play certain games, you win
Prizes.
certain prizes,
True.
which might be another human life. And it is the
I don't want
most...
to f another child, though.
Hold on a second. Then don't go have sex.
No.
Oh, so you understand how narcissistic that is, that I want to keep on having fun, and if I have a human being and oopsie daisy, I'm going to eliminate that other human being because I don't want to have the human being, but I want to keep on having free sex. How is that not the most narcissistic worldview that one can possibly espouse?
It's narcissistic that I want to have sex with another consenting individual just because I don't want to have children. I feel like a lot of people in the world have sex. I think a lot of people make money off of having sex, and they don't
And-
want to have children. I feel like it is something that everybody do. A lot of people have sex just for pleasure.
Just because a lot of people do it does not make it
Right.
right, number one.
Thank you.
Number two, again, fundamentally, your view is I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and
I have a question.
if it creates another human being, so be it. Sure.
Do you have sex just to have a baby every single time then? Or are you
Well,
doing it for pleasure?
I am married and we have 2 kids. So
Yeah,
we're pretty
but
good at
are
it.
you
so,
having?
like,
I'm assuming that you have had sex more than twice in your life,
again,
not
I'm
just
not
to
gonna
have
like
the babies.
give you an inside look into my sex life, but
But you're doing it for pleasure, not just to have kids.
Well, again, we actually always do it with God's trust that if we get kids, it's a blessing, okay? And we do it in the marital context. Again,
You also are in a
we-
position where you can afford to have children. You
well,
are in a position
again,
where you
so
are not the lower class.
How about this? How about we have the maturity and the sophistication? Again, you keep on using words children and baby. Let me ask you a question. When someone is celebrating a pregnancy, do they call it a clump of cell shower or a baby shower?
That's also when it's already been past those weeks.
Oh, so it magically gets pixie dust. You're a human being now.
No, because it develops.
Oh, exactly, because it's all around the spectrum of human development, and human development starts at conception.
True.
Yeah, is it going to be completely developed at the first week? No. So
You're
it's
not
it's
completely
still-
developed right now. A lot of people
Yeah, we're
aren't
not going to be
completely
complete.
developed.
I was
You're
good.
never going to be
But I
completely
mean that.
developed.
It's like you are not completely developed at age 30 or 40. The spectrum of human development keeps on going when you go deep and deep into your life. The question is the most important question, when does that journey begin? That journey begin. Like, when did your process of development begin?
My process of development?
Yes. Yeah. At conception. Every person in this audience, your life started at conception. And your own DNA, from your eye color to your hair color to your height, from your likes and your dislikes, whether you're an introvert, you're an extrovert, all of that was coded into your deoxyribonucleic acid at the moment that you were a zygote. And so that human deserves constitutional and human rights. And again, you came up here with the accusation saying, I am here taking away people's rights.
You are.
Again, so
You are affecting LGBT rights
right,
and
so
abortion rights. You are affecting individuals that can't always speak for themselves.
got it. So again, I think we have gone through this plenty of times. I want to get to the next question.
Okay.
But maybe we can get to some.
I'll burn it.
You'll burn it. Okay. Maybe we can get to some approximation of an agreement. Can we agree?
No.
Oh. Can we agree on? I will pray for you this Holy Week. Thank you for your time.
Please don't ever pray for me.
This was very interesting to watch. Very, very interesting to watch. The entire student, from the first guy who brought up the reparation aspect. For me, reparation, black people do not deserve any reparation, if you ask me, and I would always say this every time. Black people do not deserve reparation because it's like you telling me that because your forefathers were trying to slave, then they should give you some tips, some money, or some stuff like that to help you start your life. Number one, you were never enslaved. Number two, people who you are asking for reparation, the reparation money is coming from taxpayers' money. You understand? So, someone who never enslaved someone, so people who never knew anything about slavery, you wanted to bring out money from the taxpayer money to come and give to black people, who some of them, they don't even know the history of slavery. They were never enslaved. It makes no sense. So for me, reparation itself, it should not be something we should talk about. So that moving forward, we have to do much better and much good. We should not be looking at the skin color of someone's skin, but what the person is doing, the person's character, the person's behavior, who the person really is should be what matters, not about the person's skin tone, the person's skin color. The individual, who are you really? That's just something we should all be looking at. So the second guy who came here with a book and a cross on it and LGBTQ flag was talking about acceptance. He's talking about love, but what he means is actually acceptance. He's mixing them up. So you can't mix those two things up. If my sister or my brother is dressed inappropriately and asks me, is this fine? If I see the dressing that is not appropriate and he might be laughed at in public, I'll tell him or her the truth. This is not good. It's not looking good on you. This itself make people laugh at you in public. Either it hurts their feelings or not, the truth is the truth. People who you love, you don't lie to. People who you truly love, you tell them the truth. You direct them to the right place that they should go. If you don't love someone, you don't care. It means it's your body, your choice. Do what you want. It means you don't love the person. But when you love someone, you tell the person the truth. This is the right way to do. Even if you don't even love the person, and you're a truthful person, you ought to have that human dignity in you to tell the person the truth, that this what you're doing right here is bad. The way you address is not appropriate. Period. You understand? That is the sense of decency. So that guy who's mixing love and acceptance is just contradicting his own self. He's trying to clickbait Charlie, and he's a very disrespectful person. Very, very disrespectful. Because his entire statement right there was not coming from a good faith. It was coming from a way of authority and a way of like insulting the audience and also Charlie, the host. It makes no sense. His behavior was very demeaning for me. Very, very demeaning. This guy who came here with a rainbow top or crop, let me call it crop, she was just screaming the entire video. She was very, very disrespectful, using the F word, using the middle finger. She was very disrespectful, and she's someone who don't take accountability for her actions. Anyone who is dating this guy is actually at risk, if you ask me, because such person who feels like your decision does not matter when it comes to her own personal life and also her body is a very dangerous person for you to be around with, because they don't listen. They just feel like what they feel like inside is correct. Even if they are wrong, they just want to be wrong like that. They don't want to take corrections. So such person like this, it's a very dangerous thing to be around them. Unless she should change her mindset, and she needs prayers. According to what Charlie said, Charlie says going to pray for her. I feel like she needs prayers, and we should all pray for her, because her behavior, her way of thinking, her attitude is terrible. Like very, very terrible. I've never seen someone who behaves like this, who interrupts someone when they're still speaking, screaming. She's just screaming and voicing at her opinions at the audience, cussing, insulting different people, every single person in the audience. It's terrible. It's really, really terrible. But at the same time, I love how Charlie handled every single one of the students in a very respectful manner. Every single one of them, even if they were not going in the right path, Charlie actually showed them the light for them to choose which side they will follow. So this was actually beautiful to watch. I actually enjoyed the entire video. Comment down below what you think about this video. Give us a thumbs up. Share this video to as many as you can, guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.